Anyway, I got the inside of the doors, I got the inside of the cab, I got the roof, the back. I basically finished my paint. Got the inside of this door. I got the firewall painted good up in there. I've got all that rust kind of killed. I had to thin this paint down pretty good to go through my little gun. So I got a bunch of runs in it, which I don't really care about. It's just on the inside. But roof turned out pretty good. You can see a few dents in it where I was hammering and pounding on it. Oops, looks like I missed part of this. Got a nice run right up there in front. I'm gonna wipe that off. Missed some of the back here, but that's no big deal. I'm gonna touch this all up with the regular good automotive paint, but it's good enough to seal rust. The reason I didn't do it before, I knew I was doing a lot of sanding and Bondo. Dust got everywhere, but I think it's good enough. It's going to have some kind of an interior in it anyway, so that's what I got up to now. I can gingerly put my fuse block back up in there and try to run some of these wires. Got a good fan in there hustling the air. It's kind of cold out here. It's going to take a while to dry, and I guess the next thing I need to do is clean up this firewall and paint it. I'll paint it with the good paint. It's going to be blue, but for right now I'm not going to start breaking out good paint and painting it. Yeah, that's that blue. I just painted it. That's pretty close to the original color, but I was just trying to do this front some time ago. Anyway, it don't look too bad. It's a lot better than that just old rust that was in there. I'll get out of these fumes, let this dry a while, press on. Well, here's the old heater that I had. I used some stuff called hammered gold on it, or hammered copper, rustoleum, and I put it on. I had a bad brush, and I got runs in it and everything else, and the hammer really didn't really turn out too well. So I'm gonna do it again with a little gun. I just been drying a couple days. I sanded it off with the wet 80 grit, got it pretty smooth, and I got a lot of paint on my little plastic things, so I cleaned them up and taped them. So I'm hoping that spray paint will do it a little better. Well, that turned out real nice. It's real thick, so I thinned it down a little. And anyway, that's plenty good. So now I got the inside guts of it here. I just got to clamp the vise so I can paint around it. And I thinned the paint, so we should be good to go there. Well, this one turned out real nice too. Nice glossy color, and it's starting to get that hammered tone to it. So I guess I learned with that, if you're going to use this stuff, don't use an old screwed up brush. Go ahead and thin her down and put it on with a spray gun. It looks real nice. Well, I'm getting this sorted out. I've got two pretty good sized wires here. One is always on, your brake lights comes off of that. Hazard lights and something else comes off of it. It's on battery power. And then I've got this wire marked accessory that's in the middle there. So I'm going to use this one here as my always on power. I'm going to use this accessory as key on power, so everything will get fired up when I turn on the key. I got my Fiero wiring harness cut up there. Those big wires are the key switch. Over here to the left is the lights. That works. I fooled around here with the turn signals. I got a left and a right, and there's a horn in there somewhere too. I'll probably dig out. Some of that other stuff is cruise control and stuff I'm not going to use, but I've basically got the wires I need to plug into my main hot wire coming here off of the terminal. And and I had another steering column here. I just took a hammer to it so I could see where the wires were. I figured out where the hazard light switch was, and I was able to, get some of this figured out. So now I kind of got an idea where the main stuff is going to go here. And I've got another Fiero wiring harness here. You can see it's pretty tore up. So I got the connectors off it that I need. There's a lot of stuff here. I didn't have this wiring harness when I bought this 12 circuit one, but I think it'd be more trouble than it'd be worth. There's an immobilizer in it, neutral lockouts, and all kinds of stuff that I'm not going to need or try to figure out. So basically I'm going to have turn signals, high beam and low beam, and my key switch works. So that's plenty good for that. And I'll run my light switch up here. So I'll need to plan those wires out. This paint turned out alright. It's still a little wet, but it's cool here in the shop. But I got most of it. I missed a couple places up here on the roof, but basically it looks real nice. It's all just going to get covered up with something anyway. It's mostly just to seal the rust. Main thing I wanted to do is seal that firewall up under there, and so I could go ahead and put my wires and stuff in there and kind of make them permanent, so I don't have to worry about pulling them out to paint it. So that's it for the day. See you guys tomorrow.